So you want to get started selling on Poshmark, making that cash money, but you don't know where to start. Stay tuned for the video and I will give you 5 tips on how to start selling on Poshmark. Hey everybody, it's Blake, aka PoshBossBlake, and welcome back to the channel. And I do sing here a lot, so get used to it. I am so excited that you're here today. This is a great introduction for those who are starting to think about selling on Poshmark, want to make some income from home. I want to tell you that this is going to be the video for you. Before we get started, I just want to say a quick hello to my returning subscribers. Hello, welcome back. And if you're new here, think about subscribing and everybody give this video a thumbs up. Would love to see more of you, so come on back. So first step, you have to download the app. Don't laugh, but people don't have the app yet. So download from your app store, iOS, Android, whatever, and we'll start from there. Shameless plug, if you use code PoshBossBlake, you will get $10 in credit. So will I. It's a referral link. Thank you so much. Think about it. Okay, so we have the app. We're ready to start selling. We're signed up. Great. How do we get our inventory? Great question. Great question. I'm here to tell you, you do not need to spend a cent to be able to sell on Poshmark. You're probably thinking, what is this trickery? How do I not spend money to sell things on the internet? Use your closet. What? Oh my, what? Yeah, shop your closet. What is in your closet right now that you do not need? What is the wrong size? What still has the tags on it that you haven't worn, probably won't wear, etc. Or maybe you live minimally and you don't have a lot of clothing. Okay, I get that. What about your home goods? Poshmark now has several categories where you can do home goods, beauty, home decor, all sorts of things. So like what around your home is available to list. I won't say virtually everything can be sold, but a lot of things can be sold on Poshmark. So definitely take an inventory. Maybe it is a picture frame. Maybe it is a wicker basket. Maybe it is a sweater from Zara with the tag on it. Whatever it is, check your home inventory, okay? There's gotta be at least one thing you can list from your home inventory. And don't worry about brands yet. This whole exercise that you will start when you think about selling is going to allow you to figure out what will sell for you. Now, out the gate, I'm gonna tell you, do not compare yourself to any other person that is selling on this platform. Everyone has a different experience. Everyone's reaching different types of people, different markets. Although it's under one marketplace, no two snowflakes are the same, So don't compare yourself to anyone else, right? Great. Okay, so you want to get your inventory. Once you've shopped your closet or your family's closet or your friend's closet, tell them what you do. A good tip here is to ask for donations. Hey, were you thinking about taking anything to the thrift store or to the Goodwill, whatever it was? Say, I'll take that off your hands. If I can't sell anything, I'll take it myself. That works so well. Anyone in the reseller community will tell you that. Okay. So now that we've found the inventory, we've gotten the inventory for free, what you're going to want to do is take pictures. Now, a couple things. Before you actually take the picture, I want to make it clear, you do not need fancy equipment. Although you see me using a ring light right now, I've been doing this for several years. I also have a YouTube channel and do social media. So, again, don't compare the circumstances. That said, what you can do to make sure your photos are top-notch / your garments are presentable, because that's going to be very important when selling, is steam them or iron them. I won't say wash them necessarily, because that's up for debate, but if it's like something that's super wrinkly, steam it. No one wants to buy something that looks like a crumpled piece of paper, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to buy the crumpled piece of paper, or do you want to buy the nice sheet of paper with no creases in it? Right? So think about that with clothing. It's going to be very important. Tying into photography, when you post on Poshmark, there's a couple things that are like the most important. I would say, first and foremost, it ties between your cover photo, the first picture someone sees of your item, and the title. We'll get into the title in a minute. But your photo, for your cover photo, it's the elevator pitch to your item. So you have to make it look good. You want to make it look really presentable. Now, if you don't have good lighting, like maybe you live in an apartment or a home that doesn't have a lot of natural light or windows, that happens. It happened to me. I lived in New York City, lived in some dungeons. It's okay. Some tips are to go outside. It might not be the most convenient, but if you find a safe place, or maybe you have a balcony or an area that you can photograph outside. It doesn't need to be like super perfect, but something where you can get natural light that'll really help you out. If you're watching this and you're a seasoned seller and you are thinking about a lighting kit, I would think about it if you have the money to invest. Just remember, everything, once you start to do this more and more and grow your business, you're gonna wanna keep growing and expanding. And with that comes enhancing your current capabilities. So down the line, yeah, maybe you'll get a lighting kit. That's what I did. I didn't get it first thing. You absolutely, this is one of the things about Poshmark. You do not need any fancy business to do reselling. You just need your phone, the app, and inventory. You're probably thinking like, well, what about, how do I ship it out? We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. So we're gonna steam our clothes, we're gonna wash it, whatever, make it look presentable, right? We're gonna hang it up or lay it down, however you want. Make sure it's got good lighting, and we're going to take a picture. I recommend not taking too many pictures depending on what the item is. If it's a very intricate item, Poshmark now allows you to take 16 photos. I find that to be a little bit of overkill, but if you're just photographing like this shirt, for example, a good front, back, picture of the tag, picture of the brand tag on the item itself. 4 photos per item, generally you can do pretty good with that. Same thing for jeans, you know, plain pair of jeans, front, back, tag on the inside, maybe the buttons on the front if it's like a button fly or something, and then the fabric tag. People want to see the fabric content because when people are buying secondhand, maybe it shrunk, maybe they want to know if it's going to have stretch in it. Will it have spandex or something that will allow some stretch, some give? People want to know those things, so make sure you give that to them. We will go into like a deep dive on like super intricate details in a separate video. So let me know if you want to see that down below. Now that we've photographed, we've got our item visible to present on the internet, we're going to want to upload it to Poshmark. Once you upload it to Poshmark, you're going to need to fill out some information. This is where the second step of the 2 most important things comes into play. Your cover photo and your title. Your title is like, it's how people will find your item. Whether they Google it, your listing could show up, or they're in the app. You want to be one of the first results when people are looking for a specific item. So how do we do this? You're going to always want to start, in my opinion, again, my opinion, but it's been working. 2+ years in the reselling game. Thank you. You want to make sure you start your title with the brand. It's so important that you start your title with the brand because you want to be in the mindset of the buyer, right? If I'm looking for this green shirt, or if I'm a buyer and I'm looking for a green shirt, right? I'm not just gonna Google green shirt, right? That's gonna be way too broad. A description is a place where you can get specific. So let's say we wanna do this green shirt. Let's just say it's Lululemon. It's not, but for example, we're gonna wanna say Lululemon, green, athletic or performance shirt or something. Like you wanna use as many descriptors as you can. Use the shade of green. Use, if there was like a pattern in the fabric, etc. You wanna get very specific. So let me actually, for an example, okay, so we're gonna use this pair of shorts, for example, because it is brand new with tags, right? That is also going to be part of your description. You're going to want to start with the brand, which is All in Motion. So we'll say All in Motion, gray, athletic, short. If you want to get even more specific, which I highly recommend, see if there's any indicators on the tag or from your memory, if this is a used piece of clothing, what features it might have. So this says moisture wicking, stretch, 7-inch shorts. Okay, so that's something that's good for us. Particularly with men's shorts, they want to know the inseam. Is it a short? Is it below the knee? Is it right above the knee? There's different inseam lengths. So you're going to want to add that descriptor to the title. So you could say All in Motion, gray, 7-inch inseam shorts, right? You're going to have a limit of characters, which I believe is 80 on Poshmark. So, you know, you won't be able to fit everything, but use the most descriptive words to describe your item as best you can. Me personally, if I can't fit everything in there, I do my best, and then the description is where I really beef it up. Speaking of the description, once you've got your title, start your description. I will sometimes repeat what the title says, or in the case of these shorts, I will just say performance material, activewear, using descriptors to address the kind of garment it is. This does have a blue tone to it, so I might say blue, I might say blue-gray. It's really your place to go wild. You also just want to reiterate the size or dimensions of the items you're photographing. So for this is a size large, so you'll just want to say that. And then this next portion people are 50-50 on, including measurements. If something's brand new with tags, I don't necessarily put measurements in the description. However, 99.9% of the time, I will always put measurements. Measurements are a way, especially with something that has been worn already and isn't brand new with tags, it's a way for the buyer to realize if something shrunk. Maybe it was a 30-inch inseam, but now it's really 29 or 28. Those things make a difference, so people want to know. So really think about adding that to your description if you've got the space. I highly recommend it. It will also, in my opinion, save you from any type of confusion on the buyer's end. That said, don't be weirded out if the buyer asks, oh, what's the inseam, or oh, what's the size? People, I find, don't read, and this is not a shady thing, but it can be clear as night and day, and people will still ask the questions. So, just do your best to make that description juicy and, good. What I would not recommend is using other brands when people are searching. So you might be thinking like, oh, I want someone to find these shorts. They're kind of like Lululemon. Let me put Lululemon in the description. Don't do that, because there's people looking for Lululemon, and when they see this brand, that doesn't make sense. So, kind of stick to the brand that you're selling, in my opinion. Another thing that comes along with your description, and once you've settled that, is your features. You can choose the color, you can choose whether it's new with tag or not new with tag. If something is new, but it doesn't have the tag anymore, list it as not new, but in your description, start your description with new without tag. That is, in my opinion, the best way to do it, because it is not new with tag if you select it as that. And, new with tag is pretty self-explanatory. It needs to have the tag, If there's some brand indicators on it, like I just did this with a pair of jeans, the physical tag like this wasn't on there, this one, but the one on the butt pocket and some other miscellaneous ones were there, so I did list that as new with tag. But if it's got nothing, no tags, no branding other than the traditional labels and things, list it as new without tag. And people will still buy it, and you can still charge a premium price compared to something that is used. So that is what I find to be the best situation. Also, this is where you set the price. I recommend you do your research when it comes to pricing. Look within the app to see what your existing item is going for. Pretend you're the buyer for your item. Go in the app, look. I also recommend you look at what's sold and try to price accordingly. This is going to be a lot of research, and it takes time to figure it out and find a good rhythm with this, but definitely take your time. It's part of the journey, the reseller journey, to listing some things or to selling some items on the internet. So if I find that this pair is listed for $15 used in the app, and maybe something just sold for used $12, I'm gonna look at that and say, hey, this is brand new. I'm gonna start around 20, right? Or 25. This brand is, how much was it new? 22 new, and this isn't limited edition or anything. You could go out and get this right now. So maybe I would say 20, and maybe I would hope to get it down to 18, right? It's all about numbers. It's not, there's not 100% science to it, but just be mindful of the market. If there's a lot of them, you might want to be competitive depending on how quickly you want to sell something. So if say there's another pair of these shorts listed brand new, and you find that they're listed at 25, you could get competitive and list it at 20, so that people will see yours and be like, oh, theirs is cheaper. It's really up to you, really how you want to sell your stuff, how quickly you want the money, how badly you need the money, etc. So again, do your research. Google is your bestie. And also look at other platforms too. So next, you want to post your listing, get it up in the Poshmark closet, and this is where you're going to want to start sharing your listing, okay? Sharing is the #1 key to success, I find, on Poshmark. Some people find it to be frustrating and time consuming, and with the time thing, I do agree. However, it is just part of the nature of the app. So share your closet the most. You should spend your time sharing your closet, because when you do that, you expose your item to others. And that said, sharing your closet makes you money, and at the end of the day, that is the goal. And then if you're watching this and you are a little bit more experienced and you're interested in the sharing services or hiring a virtual assistant, my good friend Denali, aka El Ducho Thrift, here on YouTube and Instagram, she actually is launching a virtual assistant course on how to hire one and get that set up for your reselling business. That is not my forte. I do not. That's not my forte. That's not my world. So if you want to explore that, she's highly recommended. I think she just hit the 3-year mark a couple months ago on selling full time, and she is crushing it. So I highly recommend checking that out. I will leave a link down in the description. And I believe the course starts October 19th at 9 a.m. So definitely go check that out if you are exploring sharing services or wanting a virtual assistant to help with the sharing. Last but not least, step #5, shipping. Once you've made a sale, it's your responsibility to ship the item. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, what do I ship in? So this is where you're gonna have to take a little trip to the post office, because it will be able to give you free supplies. The post office and Poshmark have a deal worked out where you can virtually send your Poshmark in almost any packaging that is USPS branded, excuse me. So what you need to do is go to the post office, and you might have overlooked this before when you've been to the post office, but you'll definitely see it when you go with a mindset for it. There's always a rack, particularly next to where you could do like a self drop off of packages, or maybe there's like a kiosk to mail a package. There's usually a rack of all sorts of flat rate items or envelopes or mailers. So you just grab yourself a couple of those, keep them at home, and when it's time to come mail your package, you can just throw it in that box all nice and wrapped and ship it out. There are some boxes that come pre-adhesed, and there's some that you need to tape, and the envelopes do self-adhese as well. So really it's up to you, especially depending on the size of the item. Check it out. You can also use any other box. I reuse Amazon boxes or something. Obviously you'll need tape, but options. And just real quick again, to reiterate, those shipping supplies are free. If I did not say that earlier, the shipping supplies from USPS are free. And if you start to build up enough sales that you need a bunch more inventory of shipping supplies, you can actually just order them from the USPS postal store. Just go to their website and you can order it for free. And last but not least, I'll give you a 6th tip: research. Take some time, go on social media, go on YouTube, explore reselling life, get an idea of what people are selling, how they're selling it, check out what sold videos to see what physical items are selling. And I will preface this with, don't compare yourself to these people that you're watching. Circumstances are different. You have no idea how long they've been doing the thing that they're doing, or what their why is, like why they're selling. Are they doing it just for fun? Are they doing it to make money, for an income, etc.? So definitely just explore and get an idea of what's out there. And just remember, just because someone is doing one thing, it doesn't mean it will work for you, especially when it comes to items. So if someone says, hi, I just bought this Madewell pair of jeans, don't only go buy Madewell pairs of jeans, because they might not sell for you. So it's just a good idea to get it to see what's out there and to see what's in the market. All right, you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you guys watching. If you found this useful and want to see more from me, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you would like. And you can find more content from me on my channel. I'll link some playlists up here if you would like to explore. I dabble in reselling and lifestyle content. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. Bye.